In this video, we're going to discuss some encounters in which cops became angry because people knew the law better than they did. We've got footage of a cop who had never seen people filming inside a police station, and a cop who was called to assist a man but almost arrested him instead. Let's dive straight into the videos. Have you ever come across a cop who thinks they're above the law, or one who's just so bored they start looking for problems where there aren't any? Well, this guy definitely ran into one of those. While he was traveling around America, a cop pulled him over and made a big deal because he wasn't from the area he was driving through. What is it, a sunset town? Since when can't someone travel outside their home region? That's freaking ridiculous. The man even handed over his documents to the cop even though he really didn't have to, but the cop still treated him with suspicion. It turns out the cop saw in the records that the man had a previous altercation with another officer and he wanted to know more about it. He wanted him to spill the tea. It's gossip hour, folks. The man explained that they had argued because he was trying to protect his son from a cop, but the officer kept pressing for more details. What does that even have to do with his driving that day? At that point, the man started shaking because he was so upset. I am too. Yet the cop didn't see anything wrong with his own behavior or considered that it might be causing the man distress.
So Peter?
Yes, sir.
Where are you guys staying at whenever you're up here in Oklahoma, or over here in Oklahoma?
My old boss has a house in Duke.
In Duke?
Yeah.
That's why the vehicle tags are registered in Duke?
Right. I mean, I could have just as well used this Kennedy address, but I haven't lived there in a few years. And
I'm having a hard time.
I haven't lived in that Kennedy house in a few years, and the house is kind of run down, so I prefer not to even have mail go there. It's kind of a rundown neighborhood, too.
Yeah. I'm just curious as to why it just doesn't, you know what I mean? It just doesn't add up to me.
What doesn't add
that
up?
you live in Mississippi, you have a house in Altus, and your vehicle's registered in Duke.
Right. I bought the car in Oklahoma.
You bought the car in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so that would be, that'd be logical as to why it's registered in Oklahoma.
Okay.
But it just not adding up to me, that's all.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't really need to. It's America. I'm free to travel anywhere in the country. I don't understand what doesn't add up. I mean, it's not like I crossed a border or something. I mean,
no.
What doesn't
no,
add
that's
up?
not what I'm saying.
I've lived off and on in Altus for 15 years.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever I pulled your name up, I could obviously see where you've been in Altus throughout.
Okay, because he said he didn't find no history on me here. The other guy.
Right.
Yeah. So you're saying that you see that I've been
there?
Okay.
Because I seen where there was an interaction between you and another officer here in Altus on, what was it, Judy?
Yeah, I got
your son?
Yeah, there was an incident with my son. I've gotten a ticket here in Altus before.
Hang on. Alright. So, Peter, this here is a warning for the cracked windshield, okay?
Yeah.
And this is just so I can show my boss why I talked to you, okay?
Okay.
There is why I pulled you over. Have you had a lot of bad interactions with law enforcement in your lifetime?
Not bad. Maybe in my youth. But
in your youth?
Yeah, but I'm 43.
Okay. Because you're shaking really, really bad.
I watch a lot of police videos on YouTube all the time.
Well, you can't watch them.
And
you gotta
interactions
take those into
just,
context.
that's why I'm recording.
I understand why you're recording. But, and I know that you're recording, okay? But you're shaking so bad. This is uncanny. Okay. Why are you shaking so bad?
I got bad nerves to begin with, but obviously it gets worse when I'm dealing.
The cop thought the man was upset and shaking because he was hiding something. Instead of realizing that he might be overdoing it, the officer just got more suspicious, even though there was no real reason for suspicion from the start. Then he gave the man a warning for a cracked windshield. Interestingly, the cop couldn't have initially stopped him for this because it wasn't visible until up close. The worst part was that the officer issued the warning just to justify to his boss why he was interacting with the man. Then, unexpectedly, the cop asked for permission to search inside the man's car, but why? The man hadn't done anything wrong. Fortunately, this man knew the law better than the cop, so he denied the request. In the end, the officer had no choice but to let the man go.
Because I'm trying to explain this warning to you, you're shaking like a leaf on these trees with the wind blowing through it.
Well, my heart's racing. I don't know what else to say.
So, all right, this is your name right here, correct?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Okay. So this here, that's your name, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, this here's a warning for the cracked windshield, okay? In the state of Oklahoma, if the crack's in the windshield inside the wiper zone, or it goes more than 6 inches across the windshield, it's a safety hazard and the windshield needs replaced, okay? So, see.
When I first got the car, I figured I might get pulled over for it, and then I just got so used to it, I forgot about it.
Right. And that's just something that I like to make sure it gets fixed because I've seen them actually collapse in on people.
Really?
Yeah. So this here, there's no fine, no court date,
I need to sign.
nothing like that. Okay. No, you don't have to sign. Like I said, this is just so that way you know that you got pulled over,
Right.
and I can the electronic version.
I've been
so that way
warned.
I can show right, and that you've been warned about your windshield. Okay. The electronic version, so I can show my boss why I pulled you over, what it is we talked about. Okay. There's your that back. Here's your driver's license and your insurance back. Okay?
My question, do I need to get it taken care of soon then?
Absolutely.
Since I've already gotten a warning now, I'm in the books.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can probably get pulled over today or tomorrow and actually get a ticket for it.
Right. Yeah, somebody else might see you, pull you over, and give you a ticket, or they might give you a fix-it ticket or something like that.
Or show them that I just got this, I'm going to get it done. You know.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, I'm going to ask you.
Yes, sir. Nothing illegal, absolutely not.
Nothing?
Absolutely.
Okay. Would you mind if I took a look inside the vehicle?
I mean, you could see from out there, you can see into the...
Would you mind if I searched the vehicle from bumper to bumper
Yes, I
and everything
mind.
inside?
I mind.
Okay.
Because I see how they do in the videos. They tear the car apart. You
Oh,
stand
no,
there for a half hour.
no.
I'm not dealing with that.
I don't tear nothing apart. I really don't.
Well, I'm not
So-
doing anything illegal. I don't have anything illegal. I know for a fact I don't have anything to worry about.
Okay.
But however, I'm not going to sit here for 20, 30 minutes waiting while you tear my car.
That's not all I was just simply asking for about 5-10 minutes of your time.
Yep. No, sir.
So, all right. Say what?
No, sir.
All right. You have a good day.
You have a good day, too.
When a man went to a parking lot in front of a police station to film and exercise his constitutional rights, a police officer approached him clearly unhappy about the filming. This officer really needs to brush up on constitutional law. He's supposed to protect these rights, after all. Everyone has the right to film in public spaces, including outside a police station. Also, this cop needs to remember the basic rules of his job. There's a rule that he should stay at least 6 feet away from citizens to avoid making them feel threatened, especially since officers are usually armed. The man asked him to step back, but the officer refused and thought the man should move if he were uncomfortable. But it was the officer who approached the man, now wasn't it?
Do you have to sneak up on people like that, sir?
Hey, pardon?
I said, do you have to sneak up on me like that? Do you want to... I know.
Alright?
Okay, do you want to stay back though? No, you don't want to stay back. You want to come forward.
Oh,
What do you want to be? What do you want to be in my space for?
I'm not in your space, I'm just stood here.
So, do you want to stay away
You
from
took a
me?
step towards me, mate.
Because I was walking back, this won't lie.
You walked towards me, didn't you?
Yeah, because I asked you if you wanted to stay back, so then you said no, so I obviously thought you wanted to come close and have a dance and all that.
I was dancing.
Do you want to get going? You're not, your services are not required, off your pop, see you later. Don't frown at me like that, that's not very professional, is it? What's your number, sir? I'm dyslexic. Dyslexic. So what's your number? I didn't hear you.
Just listen then, shouldn't you?
So you never identified then?
I just did, I just don't identify.
Again, this won't lie. What's your number then?
Well, it would have hurt me, wouldn't it?
Hey,
I'm not gonna play your games, mate. I've already identified
no games to
myself.
play, I'm just asking yourself. Do I identify yourself? Off you pop. Dismiss, tyrant. See you later. See you later, tyrant. I'm going to put a complaint in against you.
Stand away from us to the gate, can you shut?
Yeah, I'm away from the gate, don't you worry. We'll stand and watch it close, won't we? Do you know what I mean? Can't help yourself, can you? Can't help yourself, can you? Do you know what? Let's bring it down a little bit. Let's bring it down a little bit. No, listen, you get excited, you're stuttering. You've got the perfect opportunity now to show off on the place in a good light. But all you're doing, listen, the gate's closing, don't give me orders, don't take orders from you. Alright, so off you pop. See you later then. See you later. Ta-da, I'm going to go down the back as well now as well. How do you like them apples? I know, you know that, don't you? You don't like it though, do you? You don't like it though, do you? Can't help it, can you? Cause that's why you're out in my face. That's why you're out in my face. See you later, tyrant. And stop, do us a favour and stop being pig ignorant, will ya? Oh, miss. I've seen you in Gateshead, haven't I? You were quite rude to me last time. I hope you're not going to be rude to me today, miss. I said, I seen you a couple of weeks ago in Gateshead, and you were quite rude to me. I said, I hope you're not going to be... Oh, no, it wasn't. I tell you where I seen you. I seen you at Sunderland. Sunderland, that's where I seen you. What's it called again?
I'm going to ask you not to record us.
Not recording?
I'm not comfortable with you recording it.
How do you know I'm recording you?
Because you've got your phone up right in front of my face.
I'm just looking.
So
But just because I've got my
I'm
phone.
to speak with you, I just don't want you recording it.
But miss, to be fair, you jump to conclusions and you don't even know I'm recording.
Are you recording it?
I'm not.
You're not recording this.
No,
Well, can you buy your phone?
no.
So how can I help you?
Well, I've just been to the gate there and I had an officer come right in my personal space. I asked him to stay back and he kept saying no, and he was quite
You are
rude.
recording me.
Are you sure?
Right, so I've been asked to say that this is not a public space. It is owned by Northumbria Police.
The man decided to go to the police station to file a complaint against this officer. Inside, he was greeted by a female officer he recognized because she had been rude to him a few weeks earlier. She had asked him to stop filming her back then because she wasn't comfortable being on camera. She repeated the same request at the station, asking him to turn off his phone's recording because she didn't want to be filmed. Not everyone is indeed comfortable being filmed, but that doesn't mean someone should have to give up their constitutional rights over it. Plus, police officers are public servants. If they're bothered by cameras, they really should reconsider their profession. To make things worse, this female officer claimed that the lobby they were in was a private area owned by the government. She gave the man an ultimatum. He could turn off his recording and she would help him file the report, or he could leave the station. The problem here is that she doesn't have the authority to offer those kinds of choices. She's there to serve the public, not dictate terms to them.
Recording, videoing, and taking pictures is not prohibited on police premises. So can I ask you to switch your phone off?
Do you know what
and
it
then
is?
maybe you can chat and I can deal with this.
Yes, please. I'd like you to deal with it.
To switch your phone off, I will have to ask you to leave the premises.
Do you know what, miss? I've been in this police station before and I've had this conversation with someone else, right? And I put a complaint in. Listen before we go any further, because it's important for you. I don't want to have to put a complaint in against you. I've had this conversation before. Similar kind of spiel like you just give me, miss. I put a complaint in. It was upheld. So let's not go down that road again, because I will complain.
So are you going to still record it?
I wanna ask you.
I'm asking you to not record it, and then I will speak with you.
So, miss, you're on about this is not a public place, but it is a public place.
I'm just going to go radio down and obviously just get some help, yeah, because I have asked
Yeah, well, if you do that, then I'll go here and put me speak to an officer as well, wouldn't I, miss? Thank you. I'll wait till you then, miss. I don't trust these. Sorry.
You've just agreed to stop recording, so...
I wasn't recording, so I didn't agree to stop. But anyway, like I say, I have had this conversation before with professional standards. The same kind of, and my complaint was upheld. Listen, you're denying me service. It doesn't matter about that. You're denying me service. Are you going to take my complaint?
I said when you stop recording,
But listen, I've had it upheld of professional standards, miss, right? I've got you, what's your number? Because I'm dyslexic, what's your number?
6040.
Thank you. Miss, do you know what? We don't have to go down that road, just give me my service that I need.
Yeah?
Right, are we done?
Well, can you stop recording?
No.
Well then, no.
No? So what it is, I've already had this, listen to what I'm saying to you, miss, so we're both on the same page. I've been in here before, yeah? I've had this same conversation with two males, one older and one younger male, right?
Can you please stop recording?
Listen, and what it is, I went to professional standards and I had it upheld. So what it is, we don't have to go down that road again, do we, miss? We don't, do we?
At the minute, you're recording into a private area of a police station, which you're not allowed to do.
Section 33, Criminal Justice Act.
Doing that.
Listen,
Okay.
listen,
You want to be escorted off the ground.
listen.
Do you understand that?
What's your number, please?
067. Do you understand that?
No, because I've had this.
Jason, come around next meeting.
Yeah, please.
Okay, I'll come around next meeting.
Alright, thank you. I don't even know what the problem is. I only want to put a thing with you and then I'm out. Do you know what I mean? I'm done. Do you know what I mean? I only want this for evidence. I want to put my complaint in. I've been here before and tried to do it, right? I'm going to keep the phone off that member of the public. I'm going to stand out here now because it's a member of the public. Do you want to come out here with me? I know, do you want to come out with me?
The man was then approached by another officer inside the station who told him he had to leave because he refused to stop filming in what they incorrectly called a private area. Do these officers not understand the difference between public and private spaces? Clearly, a police station lobby is a public area, just like a park, and everyone has the right to be there. However, since several officers surrounded him, the man decided to leave the station for his own safety. He explained to one of the officers that he wanted to file a complaint because the first officer had tried to infringe on his right to film and had been rude to him. He also mentioned that he wanted to file a complaint against the female officer who wasn't doing her job properly by asking him to turn off his camera before she would help him. Unfortunately, this officer wasn't any better. Sounds like a rotten precinct. He suggested that there must be a reason for his colleague's behavior. This is a major issue with cops. They often try to cover for each other, which just reinforces their sense of power.
Hello, sir. Listen, I hope you don't have to be anything that you do that's unlawful to me, right? You will pay I said anything that you do that's unlawful to me, right? You will pay the price. I'll sue you every time.
I'm a police officer. I don't do things unlawful.
Well, listen.
What brings you to the police station here today? How can I help you?
Well, what you've just said behind the desk, right? That I'm in a public place.
You're recording into a private area.
I'm in a public place. So anything I can see from a public place, right? I can record.
No.
Yes.
No, you can't.
Yes. Yes, I can.
You can't record.
Well, if I can't, then I've committed a crime.
Private area.
I can.
Police station.
I can, right?
When there's information
I can.
there which you're not supposed to see.
Listen, I can.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Well, if I've done anything wrong, get your handcuffs out and lock me up, and then see how much I get from you this time. See how much I get from you this time.
What can I do for you?
What it is, I've just been stood at the gate. I've had one of your pig ignorant officers right in my space, being very rude.
Where's this happened?
Just at that gate there.
At that gate?
Aye.
Right.
He's been very rude to me.
The police officer's been rude to you?
Aye. So I want to put a complaint in. I know I can do it on the phone, but I love to visit police stations.
Do you know how to put in a complaint?
Well, I can do it on the phone. I can do it at any police station, and that's what I'm there. And she's refusing me service.
Do you know why she was refusing to talk to you?
But listen, we've been down this road before at the same police station.
Do you understand why she was
no, I don't,
because
no,
recording the private area of a police station,
no. But we've been down this road. We've been down the road exactly what you were saying, exactly what you were saying, and I've had my complaint upheld. Okay. No, I don't have to.
You wish to put your phone
I don't have to.
And come in.
I don't have to. Do you know what? I'd strongly suggest. Listen, you're the police. I know, because I just want to tell you this.
Do you want my advice or not?
Yeah, go on then. Go on then, I want your advice.
If you want to put your phone down and come into the police station,
I can, right.
The member of staff is more than happy to take your complaint.
Right, right.
Okay. However, if you plan on walking in to there and sticking it in a member of police staff's face...
She's behind the glass, I'll sit in her face.
Sticking it in her face...
She's behind the glass there.
As again, I'm saying, the private area of a police station, you're not allowed to record, then you will be asked to leave.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you understand that?
No, because do you know what? Let me explain. No, let me.
Any other way that will help you understand.
No, because do you know why you don't understand? Do you want me to tell you why you don't understand? Because we've had exactly the same. We had exactly the same conversation about 4 months ago at this police station, right?
Not with me, you haven't.
Not with you, no. But it went to professional standards. I went straight to professional.
The man tried to explain to the police officers that he had the right to film in the police station, but the officer still insisted that it wasn't allowed. The man then asked him to specify which law prohibited filming there, and the officer was left speechless. It seemed like he then realized that their rules were just made up and not based on any actual written law. However, his pride was too big to admit that he was wrong and apologize. Instead, he played the victim card, claiming he wasn't there to be mistreated by the man. How can a police officer who's armed feel threatened by a man with just a camera? Despite everything, the man was only speaking the truth and never insulted the officer, making it even more troubling that the officer reacted this way.
No standards with it, right? And my complaint was upheld, and I was told that, yeah, you can. Everything you've done. They seen the video.
What did they say?
They took the video off Facebook, right? And they said everything I'd done wasn't illegal, and I was allowed, and I was more than entitled to, and that's including filming and
No.
I bet you it is.
You've got my collar number.
Aye.
Okay? What I'm telling you is that you cannot record the private area.
I can.
Okay, behind the front office.
So how come professional standards says? No.
Well, if you don't understand that, or you don't agree what I'm saying to you, you've got me collar number. Okay, and you can bring professional standards, and you can
I can.
there, okay?
I can, yeah, you're right, and I'm gonna. So you telling me that what I've done there is against the law?
I'm saying you shouldn't be doing it.
You shouldn't.
Yes,
shouldn't and couldn't. Shouldn't and couldn't. Two different things, isn't it?
You can't do that. Okay.
So if I can't, what law tells me I can't?
I'd have to go dig out the
well, I strongly suggest you do then. I strongly suggest you do. I strongly suggest you do, because you're coming out here trying to state something, right, and you're wrong.
It's not wrong.
You're not wrong. Okay. Professional standards are above you, aren't they? Are professional standards above you?
They're not above me. They're
well, the discipline is.
No.
Yeah, they do. Put you back in line where you should be, man. Okay. When you get pig ignorant. So listen.
Ignorance, okay?
I'm calling you what I want. Is that against the law?
To call the police officer names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can even swear in front of you. Potentially. Well, lock me up
swear
then.
In front of us.
Lock me up then. Lock me up.
You can't swear in a public area as you.
There's no members of the public, so I can swear. You can't be offended, and he can't be offended. Again, I've won that one as well.
Is it 2-year-old?
She's gone, no, sir. She's gone. and I haven't swore yet. Can you be offended, sir?
So, what we're
When
going
you're
to
in
do
that
is,
clown,
because we're very busy,
yeah,
okay,
go on, then, see you
we're
later.
gonna go back to
When
work
you're in
now,
that
right?
clown's uniform, though,
If-
you cannot be
I'm not
offended.
clown, so
You're not a
you call me
clown.
clown, right?
You know?
I'm not here to be abused by you.
I'm not abusing you. It's
Oh,
just my
well, there's a
opinion.
clown.
I'm allowed to have an
So I'm not here to be
opinion.
abused by
I'm
you.
allowed to have an opinion.
If you put that down, you have
Aye.
an opinion, yeah?
Yeah.
You can't call people
I'm not
names.
calling you, I'm saying I
This is why
think.
the public won't pass
No,
it,
it was
okay?
on you, sir. Again, this won't lie. And what it is, in private,
You've been told-
in public, you've got no expectation of privacy, sir.
going to
So get
argue
on
with
that
you.
one.
I've told
Get on
you
that
what the
one.
crack
No,
is,
there is no
okay?
crack on you. Have you got crack on you?
Told you what
Have
the
you got
crack
crack on you?
You know what you can.
What
and
you're saying,
you
you've got
can't
crack
do.
on you?
You've been advised.
Have you got crack on you?
So, it's up to you.
Have you got crack
Are
on
you
you?
going to put
Is
the
that what you're
phone
telling
down
me?
and come in, or not?
No, I'm not. I'm going to
okay?
put...
No.
The officer realized that the man wasn't going to easily give up his rights, so he tried a different tactic. He also gave the man an ultimatum. Turn off the camera and go back into the station to file a complaint or not. When he saw the man still wouldn't back down, the officer physically blocked him from entering the station and even pushed him. Great! Now the man could potentially sue for battery. Surprisingly, the officer didn't seem worried about losing his qualified immunity. All he cared about was protecting his big, fat, rotten ego, even if it meant risking his job, despite the man repeatedly asking which law he had broken. The officer believed that his command as a police officer was enough to enforce the compliance. But he's just supposed to enforce the law, not make up new ones on the spot.
I'm going to
Okay, no
put...
bother.
So, when I come in with the phone,
Have
then
a
what
good day,
are you
sir.
going to do when I come in with the
I'm
phone?
going to ask you to leave. Keep it out of my face, please.
Don't touch me, that's assault.
I'm pushing you back.
Well, don't.
Okay? So I
Why?
don't want you to put
What
your
law have I
hands in your
broke?
face.
No hands in your face.
so
Again,
say
this
that.
won't lie. So, if I walk in here with this camera, what law am I breaking?
We've
Just
already
so
been
what
over
it-
it. We've
just-
already been over it. You're not allowed to do it.
You're not allowed to.
Okay.
So
Not
if you
allowed
were
to.
telling me, I'm asking you, say this question,
And
if
I've
you're
told
telling
you.
me I'm not allowed to, right? So I'm not allowed to go to work, I'm not allowed to punch you in the face, I'm a big assault, wouldn't it?
Right. I'm too busy to
So
get
just
into
tell
this
me, because
little
what you're
game
telling
that
me,
you're
it's
playing
not a
at the
game, I'm
minute.
just trying to, you were trying to tell me
Okay.
something.
You know
You were
what
trying
you can't
to...
do. You've
Yeah,
got
I
to
do,
go
you're
office
right.
Filming
You're right,
what's
I
going
do.
on behind the desk.
You're right, I do.
Okay?
You are right,
So
I
if
do.
you walk in and do that, you'll be totally leave.
Right, but what law will I be breaking?
If you want to
Don't
come
touch
in,
me.
I'm touching you because I'm going to keep your arm away from me.
I'm well away from you, don't touch me
You're
again.
Not well away from
Do not touch
You're about
me
a foot and
again.
a half away from
Don't
my face.
touch me again, please.
I'll touch you again if you come forward
Don't
again.
touch
Do you
me.
understand that?
Do not touch me.
If you
I'm
want
not
to put the
touching
phone
you,
down,
sir.
if you want
I'm
to
not
put the
touching
phone
you,
down,
am I? I'm just
Look,
trying
you're
to
just
say
being
what...
argumentative.
No, I'm not, because you...
Don't come in
Yeah,
with
I will
that.
come in. It's a public place.
Filming.
I will come in. It's a public place.
You're not going to come in.
I bet you I
Film
don't.
that
I bet you I don't.
Behind the public area.
I bet you I don't.
Do you understand
I bet you I
that?
don't.
Okay.
I bet you I don't. Unless it's against the law, right?
It is
And I
against the law
strongly
to
say-
film the private area.
Okay then, right, we're getting somewhere now. Okay then, obviously
I'm not
I don't
arguing.
want to break
You
the
know-
law.
you
I don't
know-
want to break the law. If
Right,
you telling me,
don't do that then.
if you tell me it's against the law, what
I'm-
law
I'm
would it
gonna
be?
go now.
Don't
Stand
touch
back.
me, man.
Stand back.
Don't touch me.
Right.
What law would it be?
Right? Look, I'm not
Look,
playing
are you being
games.
pig ignorant,
I'm
man?
not
What
playing
you being
games.
pig
You
ignorant
know
for?
what? I'm not being ignorant.
You know,
You're
you're
one
telling me
sided.
that it's against the law.
Okay, I've
I'm
spent
asking
no
you
one
what
arguing
law,
with you.
because I don't want to break the law,
Well,
sir.
I've told you what you can and can't do.
So
now you're not
I'm
going to break
asking
the
you-
law. There's no grey area.
No,
I'll
there's the
explain
grey
what you
area
can
because
and
you're not
can't.
telling me what law.
There's not. You know
Right, I want to
exactly
see you. I
what
want
you
to see
can
you. I want to see you superior.
Okay?
Go on then, go and get him, please.
Right? No, I'm not going to go get him, right? If you want me to
Well,
complain,
go and get her then.
you know numerous ways
I do.
to
You're
make a
right.
complaint.
You do. You
Okay?
do.
'Cause you do this
You do.
very
don't
regular.
I don't. To be
You've got me
fair, you
collar
know,
number.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
You've got me collar
I
number.
only do it if
So
my
you know what
rights
I
are
do.
abused.
Okay?
That's
Your
all I
rights are being
do.
abused. If you want me to complain, you
If
know
my
how to
if
come
my
here and
rights are
complain.
infringed upon, then I will put a complaint in. You're right.
Okay.
And then if you take me into custody unlawfully, right, then I'll sue you and I'll take you for every penny you've got.
Okay.
Of course I will.
Uh-huh.
I'd expect you to do the same as if that was done to you as well.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
that's
Because
one of the-
unfortunately for you today, what's your name, anyway?
The one thing this cop did right, unlike his colleagues, was introduce himself when the man asked. It would be pretty bad if he didn't even know how to do that. The man still wanted to go inside to file a complaint, but the cop said he didn't have time to keep explaining why the man couldn't film. Despite his claims, he didn't seem too busy with anything particularly important. If he were, he wouldn't be fussing over something as trivial as filming in public. Realizing he might be overreacting and how it might look on camera, the officer tried to justify his actions. He then claimed that he just wanted to explain that filming inside the police station wasn't allowed because they had a lot of sensitive material on their computers and that they didn't want to risk exposing any of it. Well, isn't that the job responsibility of the cops to make sure that they protect any sensitive and private information?
Where?
PC Webster.
PC website. PC website. Unfortunately for you today, you come across somebody who knows the law, and I know if I go in there and video, there's no law that I'm breaking. There's no law. There's
That
no.
is unfortunate.
Well, what then?
Okay, look, I'm
What
not
law?
going back over it.
What law? Because I'm
know
telling
what you
you.
can and can't do. I'm not
You
going back
know
over
that
it,
I'm
right?
telling you the
Right.
truth. Do you know where I'm going? I'm going on the back
Are
gate.
you going to come in?
Which car? What car's yours? What car's yours? I'm going to have a look with.
Go on then.
Bet you I do. See you later. See you later. So can I go to the back gate and film him? Am I breaking the law there?
Look,
No, because I don't want to break the law.
We are very,
I don't want to
very
break the law.
busy
That's
here.
all I'm asking you. Can I go round that back gate and film him? Because I don't want to break the law.
What gate are you talking
The
about?
gate just round there, now you're being where you throw own bargains and you come to your back gate.
I don't know
Neither
what gate you're talking
probation,
about.
neither probation office.
You want to go around probation and film?
No, there's a back gate of this police station. That back gate round there. If I stand there, I'm not breaking the law. I'm not breaking the law.
If you stand next to a gate, no,
Aye.
you're not breaking the law.
I'm not.
If you stand next to a gate,
That's where your car's parked, isn't it?
Do you want to know where my car's parked?
Yeah, please.
No, unfortunately.
Why?
Right,
Go
have a
on,
good
go
day,
on,
sir.
go on, Howie. I bet you don't.
Alright.
Go on, Mr. Webster. Go on, Howie. Tell us where it is and I'll go. Go on, I'll go.
It's part of an extra probation. There you go.
Is it?
Go on.
What is it then? What colour?
Go on.
Just tell me the colour.
I'm sure you'll find this.
Just tell me the colour. Mr. Webster,
just
listen,
don't say.
let's come down a bit. I don't want to do your head in,
I'm
mate.
not. You're the one sitting the phone in your
Listen,
face and this.
well, I'll stand back, right? I'll stand back. I don't want to do your head in, but what you were telling me there, Mr. Webster, right? You don't mind if I call you Mr. Webster. Better than PC, innit? Mr. Webster.
Whatever you want to
whatever
call it,
you...
not clown like you did before.
I
That's
know.
not nice.
All right, and I apologise. All right.
I accept that. Thank you.
All right. But listen, you know for the fact if I go in there and I record, it's not against the law. I've already had a complaint upheld.
You can't record.
Of course I can.
I'll explain why.
Go on then. That's all I was asking you to
Because
do.
as you know,
Go on.
okay, there's many sensitive issues dealt with inside a police station.
Well, yeah, and that's why you walked out
Two
when that-
seconds, 2 seconds. You've
All
got
right, then.
anyone coming in here wishing to report all manner of things.
Well, aye.
Victims, witnesses,
Well, aye,
offenders
well,
who
aye.
don't want to be identified as being in a police station.
Well, aye,
For
and I
any
get
number of
that.
reasons, as I'm sure you can appreciate.
I get
because you're
that.
a clever man.
Yeah, I
And
get
so
that,
what
mate.
you don't want, if you're sat there, yeah, waiting to be interviewed,
Yeah.
waiting to give a witness statement.
Well, aye, and I get what
they
you're
don't
saying.
want is someone walking in.
And do you know what? Do you know what?
2 seconds.
Sorry,
2 seconds. Recording all these people in a police station.
Go on.
Recording the private area behind the police station.
Go on.
Okay.
Even if the officers at the station aren't protecting private information properly, it's not the fault of the person filming if that information gets leaked. However, in this case, there wasn't even any mention of private information being at risk. Having realized that he had overstepped, the officer tried to manipulate the man to stop him from sharing the video on social media. There wasn't much new or frightening information at this station, but that's something the officer should have considered beforehand. Officers sometimes act as though they can do whatever they want without facing any consequences for their actions. Wouldn't it just be simpler to act professionally right from the start? Then they would earn the respect of the citizens that they so desperately need. But for that, they need to stop acting like childish tyrants. The greatest irony in this situation is that after all the hassle, the officer asked the man how he could assist him. Would you like some fries with that? Well, maybe he could start by letting the man file the complaint he came for and not waste any more time. Strangely, this officer acted as if the man hadn't already asked for help. A bad cop pretending to be a good cop doesn't go unnoticed. Yet he still refused to let the man enter the station.
And then putting that, say YouTube,
No, Facebook.
Facebook,
Aye.
all them things, all over the internet.
No, not all, just
Suddenly-
Facebook. Mr.
Suddenly these
Webster.
people who are sat here, their privacy is being invaded.
Yeah,
and as
right,
an
and I get what you're
individual
saying.
who's sensitive to their privacy being taken advantage
Are you going to let me respond to
You
you?
don't want that.
Are you going?
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Of course I do, and you're 100% right, right? Well, listen, when you come in there, I was in there, I wasn't that videoing. And when you come out, always...
You put your phone down.
Aye.
Your phone's down when I came in, you put your phone on.
Aye, that's right. So anyway, right, when you come out to come and see me, I was in there was a guy, wasn't there, with a kid, and as soon as I seen him walk in, I walked out. That's the only reason I walked out of there. Otherwise, when you come through that door, I'd have still been stood there, because I wouldn't get any members of the public.
I appreciate
Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't,
But you're
and any
supposed to
information,
put them on
listen,
face, yeah, and things
no, listen, Mr. Webster, we are listening to you. Any information beyond that desk, not my responsibility, you're responsible to keep that information. Any sensitive information anyway, I'd expect to be secure, isn't it, to be fair?
Yeah.
And you know what, I'm not lying to you, right, I'd give you my name, but what it is, we don't do that when we come here, I'd give you my name and you can do it over the radio
I know
now.
who you are,
And I've had, oh am I? Come on then.
What? I'm not playing your games. I know exactly who you are.
You don't?
I do.
You don't, mate?
I do.
Because
You do
know
this all the time.
I don't do it all the time.
You do.
I don't. I do not. Look at you.
I do. I'm sure you've got better things to do than this.
Listen,
But
Mr.
we certainly
Webster,
have.
listen, if you know who I am then, you'll know that I've had a complaint upheld in here, mate, for doing exactly the same thing.
I don't know that, but I know who you are.
You don't then. If you're telling me you know who I am, you know for the fact that what I'm telling you, I've had a complaint upheld in here, mate.
Okay.
Again, Inspector, I went to professional standards there, passed it back to Inspector, I can't even think of his name, it's on the tip of my tongue as well, Inspector. And I put a complaint in against 2 different females as well, on the same visit. Do you know what I mean? But what it is, I want...
As nice as I am.
No, they weren't.
That's all right.
They weren't. But you weren't very nice at first. You were being, I don't want to say it, a clown.
Don't say it.
But you were coming across that way, Mr.
I don't
Webster.
think I was.
You were, because you were telling
If you
me...
watch this video back, they will take views on either side.
Well, someone's going to watch it, Anna, but listen...
I hope so.
Listen,
What's it called so I can find it later?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Oh,
You know why I'm at, don't you? Exactly.
right. Anything else I can do for you today, sir?
Yeah, just be honest with me. If I go in there in our video, I'm not breaking the law, man. Come on.
No.
If you be honest, I'll go. If you're not going to be honest, I'm going to go in and do it. That's what it is, Mr. Webster. I swear to
More than
God.
reasonable with you.
And I'm being reasonable now.
I've explained. No.
Even though the man hadn't broken any laws, the officers wouldn't let him enter just to flex their tiny authority. They thought they were doing a great job, but they were actually making their department look really bad on camera. There might even be consequences for them since they threatened the man's constitutional rights in several ways. Every time the man asked what would happen if they went into the police station anyway, the officers fell silent. It seemed like they knew they couldn't actually do anything to stop him legally, but they kept trying to block him to feel powerful. When one officer struggled to handle the situation alone because he knew the man had rights, another officer stepped in to help. However, this didn't intimidate the man either. The sooner police understand that they don't have authority over citizens who aren't breaking the law, the better it will be for everyone. It would save everyone's time and avoid unnecessary confrontations like this.
You're not. You're sticking your phone in my face.
I'm
you're
right
trying to
back,
push the
look.
issue.
Look at the distance
You're
between
trying to
us.
push the issue.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
You cannot record behind the front office.
Right, okay then. Right, we've got
You
that far.
understand that?
No, listen.
So if you go in there and do that,
Right.
you're going to be asked to leave.
Right, but if I go in there and I record in there, right, what law am I breaking? That's all I'm asking you.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Because there's
but
no
you're not
law.
meant to do it.
There's no law. And you know what it is? Let me tell you this, and this is not me being funny, right? You're not the feelings police. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean it's against the law, Mr.
I know.
Webster.
I'm stood here being recorded by you on.
Do you know what I mean? Am I being
You know
recorded?
you're being recorded. Yeah, you are.
And there, in your policy, you're supposed to tell any member of the public that you're recording, because what it is, yeah, you are, because I'm the subject, right? So if I want to do a thing with,
You want to what?
a subject access request, I'm the subject, right? And you collecting the data on me. So if I don't know I'm being recorded, how can I get it? I'm the subject, you will record me, I'm the subject. If I want to do a subject access request on that, how do I do it if I don't know?
Well, you've got the column on you.
It's in yeah, but I don't know if you record me, do I? Because you haven't
Well,
told
I've
me.
told you.
It is in your policy.
I told you, you're supposed to tell you when practicable.
When what?
When practicable.
Well, it's not, are we? How many times has it been practical, are we? What's your number, just for the record, sir?
956.
Thank you. Thank you. No, but it is.
I would-
But listen, Mr. Webster, how can I know you?
Honestly, I'm really busy.
All right then, listen, last
I'll
thing.
give you loads of time. Go on.
Last thing, right?
Go
How
on,
can,
video, go on.
how can I know your policies more than you?
You can't, you don't.
I do, because you're supposed to record,
You
you're supposed
might
to.
know that specific bit of act or legislation that you...
What your colleague just said there, you're supposed to tell me
When practicable.
when practical.
Not
And if it's not practical, at the earliest opportunity, at the earliest opportunity, it says in your policy. I've read up on it. Doesn't it? There you go,
Do you know being
1956.
recorded?
Only because you've just told me, but you should have told me though. Well before that, how long have I been studying
Well,
with
no,
you?
I want to make sure that you don't...
Come on,
you
Mr.
were
West.
arguing with
Come on, Mr. West. Look,
You
you've got the
were
loft, don't you?
arguing.
Listen, you go and get yourself gone, right, and stay
Can I
safe.
go do some work now?
Go and stay, listen, make sure you stay safe,
Or you
all
want to
right?
go upload that and enjoy the rest of your day?
I'm going to
yeah?
go for a little walk around the perimeter and then I'm out.
You stay safe.
All right,
If
you
need
stay
us,
safe
you
as
use that
well.
mobile phone to ring us as well. You do realise that, yeah?
Say what?
If you need us, you can use that mobile phone to ring us as well.
Well,
You do
well I
realise
can't use this one, but
that. Why not?
because it doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Do you have a mobile phone?
I do.
Good.
Not on me,
I
but
hate you coming in any trouble, okay? You
okay.
take care.
And you.
Goodbye, sir.
Ta-ra.
This time, a cop stopped a woman who was chatting on her phone while driving, but she wasn't doing anything illegal or jeopardizing traffic safety because she was using headphones, allowing her to drive properly. However, when the officer approached her, she reached to hang up her phone, and the officer interpreted this as her using her phone while driving. The woman realized the cop was just trying to assert his authority, so she stood up for her rights. Seeing her resistance, the officer quickly escalated the situation by pressuring her to sign a citation for something she clearly hadn't done. Why else would she need to admit to guilt by signing? He then threatened to arrest her if she didn't sign the citation anyway. The officer struggled to explain why he stopped her in the first place, telling her she could find out in court. From the start, the officer should understand that he can't just pull someone over without a valid reason. Seeing her touch the phone only after he stopped her certainly wasn't a valid reason. Although he's a young cop and it shows in his lack of experience, that doesn't give him the right to act this way. If he wants to keep his job, he really needs to start by acting professionally.
Okay, you still haven't explained to me what the violation is.
Let me finish. This is important. You admitting to signing the citation isn't admitting guilt. It's just saying that you're going to contact the court at a later date within that 60 days. If you choose not to, then you're telling me that you want to see a magistrate as soon as possible. In the state of California, unfortunately, that means that I have to take you into custody, and the soonest time that you'd see the magistrate is tomorrow.
So you're going to arrest me for talking on the phone with my headset on, but touching my phone.
No.
If I
arresting you
don't
you
sign
choose not
it.
to sign the citation.
If I don't sign the
Right,
citation,
that's a separate
then I'll
thing.
be
I have
arrested.
no other option.
Okay, so I'll sign it, and you tell me again exactly what my violation is. What did you see me do?
Hang on. Your vehicle code violation is 23-123, subsection A.
I can read that. I want to know what exactly you saw me doing.
And I've repeated that multiple times.
No, you just said I was in a violation, but you're not explaining what
Correct.
the violation is.
Yeah.
What's the violation?
If you want to contest it in court, you have that option to contest it.
I want to know. I want you to tell me what it is you saw me doing. What did you see me do?
You're operating your phone
In what
a
form?
non-hands-free
So what?
capacity.
Okay, what is the non-hands-free capacity that you saw?
That's it. It was just a non-hands-free capacity.
Okay, but now I asked you, is it a non-hands-free capacity if I touch my phone in any way, shape, or form?
No, that's an open-ended question. Of course you could touch your phone in all sorts
So
of
that's
different
what
ways.
I did. I touched my phone. It is very clear I had the headset on. So I was not talking on my phone in a non-hands-free way. I simply touched my phone to turn it off and set it down after I turned it off.
Okay.
Now, are you telling me that that is in violation?
I'm telling you that what I observed was a violation.
Is that what you observed? Me touching the phone to turn it off?
No, I can't say that you were touching your phone for whatever reason. I'm not you.
Did you see my headset in?
I need your signature right here, man.
Did you see my headset in?
No, I need your signature.
Did you see my headset in?
5'9" Tom. Code 198, Domingo in Oakville. Okay. Can you undo your seatbelt, please?
These cops spotted a guy taking photos of their police car outside a park, and they were not pleased about it. One cop walked up to the man, accusing him of recording the license plates on their cop cars. Just because the cops found something suspicious doesn't give them the right to confront him or demand his ID. Suspicion is just their personal feeling and not a solid reason to stop someone from filming. Cops can only ask for an ID if they reasonably suspect a crime is about to occur. It seems like these officers were a bit confused about the rules, thinking they could do whatever they wanted just by labeling something as suspicious. But being suspicious isn't the same as committing a crime. Really, what's so suspicious about filming in public? You know, a constitutional right we talk about all the time? How could filming a police car possibly harm them? To top it all off, they even detained the guy because he refused to hand over his ID.
Correct. Do you have any ID on you?
No. Have I done something wrong?
It's a little suspicious if someone's taking pictures of license plates leaving a secure building.
Is that a misdemeanor or a felony?
No, it's suspicious.
Okay. So why do I need ID?
Because we need to know who you are.
I don't think so. If I've not committed a crime, I'm not giving you ID.
323. Sorry, Jordan. You heard the subject's refusing to provide ID or identify himself.
Can you see your hand, please, sir?
Yeah, sure. I have no weapons. I have nothing on me. I have my phone in this pocket. That's it. Like I said, I'm out in public taking pictures. That's
right.
it.
But again, you're taking pictures of people leaving police vehicles.
Okay.
Police vehicles from a police parking lot.
Okay.
That's suspicious.
Is it suspicious? Is that a crime?
It's not a crime.
Okay,
It's
so then,
suspicious.
am I free to go or am I being detained?
You're being detained right now.
Okay, can you tell me the crime?
We're detaining you because of your suspicious activity.
Is that a crime?
Okay.
Am I being detained or
You
am
need
I
to
free to go?
provide some sort of ID.
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
You're not free to go right now.
Okay,
No.
so I'm being detained. Can you articulate a crime?
We don't know that you haven't committed a crime yet.
Okay, so once you figure that out, I'll provide an ID. Until then, am I free to go?
No.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna remain silent then. I'll also need your name and badge number, please.
But the man was willing to show his ID if they could actually prove he did something wrong. Since none of these three knuckleheads could explain what he supposedly did wrong, he wasn't about to give up his rights. The one thing the officers did correctly was introduce themselves, but their understanding of the law pretty much stopped there. It was clear the man knew the law much better than they did, and that really annoyed them. So one of the cops called for backup. Since he was being held without any legal reason, the man chose not to cooperate further with the officers or answer any more of their questions. However, one officer insisted that everything would be simpler if the man just explained what he was doing there. The man had already told them that he was just a photographer enjoying the nice weather and taking pictures around the city. That should have been enough, but it wasn't for these cops. They seemed desperate to want to pin something on him and weren't willing to accept his harmless activity as a valid reason for being there.
Sure. Officer Britton, 2085.
Your name, badge number, sir?
Detective Forbert, 2081.
Thank you. Ma'am?
Detective Codes 2181.
Thank you.
And your name, sir?
Not giving it.
Oh, okay. Would you feel comfortable in our line of work if you had
I'm
someone
not
who was-
answering any of your questions.
Who's the Georgia?
Someone's in route. Quick.
Huh?
Someone's in route. I'm not sure who. You can make this a lot easier if you would just explain what you're doing here and let us know who you are.
Sir, I told you I am out taking pictures in public. That's what I'm doing.
Right.
I walked all around the Civic Center taking pictures. This is the most advanced place in all of Surprise. I went to take pictures. I'm a photographer.
Okay.
Am I not allowed to do that?
The information I was given was that you were standing outside of our gate.
I was.
Okay.
Is that illegal? I was on a public sidewalk. I never entered your facility.
If you were a police officer,
I'm not a police officer.
if you were,
I'm not.
Would you find that concerning?
I don't understand what you're trying to say here, because a person standing on public facility.
Can I ask you a question?
You can ask me anything you want. I'm not going to answer, but you can ask.
Another officer jumped into the conversation thinking he had a solid reason to explain why the man had done something wrong. This cop claimed that they had received several reports because officers often park their cars where the man was filming. He suggested that by being there, the man might have filmed their activities and compromised their investigation. Oh, so classic. But honestly, he hadn't come up with a good reason for the man to identify himself. What the officer said didn't really hold any water. Who should be worried about safety here? The person filming or the freaking police who are supposed to protect citizens? Even though it was crystal clear the man hadn't done anything wrong, these police still wouldn't let him go, now claiming that they were in the middle of a grand investigation. It just showed that they were grasping at straws to justify keeping him there.
I mean, we're just trying to talk here.
Okay,
Right?
this is not a consensual encounter, first of all. I didn't ask for help. I don't need help. I'm standing here taking pictures in
We have
public.
detectives and police officers and other people leaving a secure facility in vehicles that are assigned to us. Some people work as in undercover capacities, and we have a person out recording those as they're leaving vehicles.
Okay, how do I know that?
Well, how do we know who you are?
You don't know who I am.
That you're not a threat to us, or
Well,
someone
if
leaving
I was a
TV?
threat to us or threat to you, would I be out here in an orange vest? Not trying to hide anything. I didn't run from you. I stood here right when you called me. I'm not trying to run. I'm not a threat. I'm no threat. I have no weapons. I would show you, but I'm afraid if I reach for my hip, something bad would happen. I'm not going to do that. I have no weapons. I have no ill intent.
If you reach for an ID and let us...
Well, I don't have an ID and wouldn't show it to you if I did, because again, I have not committed a crime. If you can articulate a crime, I'll provide an ID. Until then, am I free to go?
You're not free to go at this time.
So I'm being detained.
It's investigative.
I'm being unlawfully detained. Yes or no? You're detaining me unlawfully.
You're not being unlawfully.
Sir, you're unlawfully detaining me. Do you suspect me of a crime?
Suspicious activity. That's legal grounds to detain you.
No, it is not. If I have committed a crime, read the law. You have not suspected me of committed a crime. I've committed no crime. You have no idea that I'm going to commit a crime. Therefore, you have no RAS. I don't have to explain anything to you. I have to explain to you nothing.
So they insisted that the man needed to explain why he was filming the police cars. His response? He filmed because he could. It seems like these cops might have skipped their First Amendment class. He even suggested that if they were uncomfortable with being filmed, maybe they should consider a different line of work. But he wasn't going to stop filming in public just because they didn't like it. Then one of the officers claimed that the man had also been taking pictures of other license plates. So what? License plates are part of the public view, just like cars. Does someone need to avoid photographing license plates while they're out taking pictures in public? Obviously not.
You really do when you're taking pictures.
I don't have to explain anything to you. When standing in a public space, anything I can see from public, I can take pictures of. That is my First Amendment right to do. And there's nothing that you can do to stop that. And you can't make a lawful activity suspicious. I'm sorry. If it makes you uncomfortable, find a new line of work. Because I'm not going to stop taking pictures because it makes you uncomfortable. I'm sorry. So unless, again, I'm being detained, I would like to be free to go.
So is that the rationale? You're just trying to make us uncomfortable?
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm trying to take pictures in public. You came out. If that makes
people's license plates?
How do you know I took pictures of people's license plate? I can walk down the street and see a license plate. What does that mean to anything? See, I'm turning over to this guy right here. Look, he's got a license plate. What does that mean? I can walk by and see a license plate. That information is not accessible to the public. I don't know what this means. I can't look up somebody's license plate online and get anything from that.
I think you're being a little disingenuous if you don't think this is a little suspicious.
Are license plates accessible to the public?
A normal person wouldn't find this a little suspicious.
Well, I don't care if they find it suspicious because suspicious is not illegal. And again, am I being detained?
You are.
Okay.
You're not free to leave right now.
Okay, well then I'm going to remain quiet. I'm not answering any more questions.
Did you notice how frustrated these cops were when they realized they couldn't just bypass the First Amendment or any other part of citizens' constitutional rights? That might be why it seems like a lot of cops act like those laws don't even exist. It's like the only thing holding them back from having total control over people. For too many cops, having authority and power is their main reason for getting into the job in the first place.
Am I being detained?
You are.
Okay.
You're not free to leave right now.
Okay, well then I'm going to remain quiet. I'm not answering any more questions.
Okay.
First Amendment protected activity, and they find it suspicious, everyone, so I'm going to reach for my phone, and that's it. All my phone's in my pocket, okay?
Nice and slow.
You got it. Just a cell phone. Now you're going to be live streamed.
Two rookie cops pulled over a guy just to check his license, insurance, and plates. But really, that's not a legitimate reason to stop someone. They can't just decide to check someone's car unless there's a law being broken. One of the cops started asking the guy how long he'd had his car. Knowing he hadn't done anything wrong, the man chose to stay silent. After all, the Constitution says he can. Turns out some cops had stopped him the day before too, so he suggested they could just radio their colleagues to get whatever info they needed from yesterday's stop. But the officer said that's not how it works. Well, what did they expect? That the guy would be okay with being stopped and questioned every day for no good reason?
That's what I'm trying to establish.
For what?
I'm not trying to be funny.
For what?
Well, that's why I've stopped you to have a look.
For what?
There's interest in this vehicle with the plates.
For what though?
Well, I'm going to have a look now.
Okay.
What name is it, mate? Is it your vehicle?
It is, yes.
Cool.
You know.
It's just you. I've never met you before, have I? So
It don't matter. Don't matter. You've already done your PNC check, haven't you?
Yeah, but I don't know who you are. Just
Sure.
because it says somebody's driving, it doesn't mean it's you.
Right.
Is it just you in the car?
What you stopped me under anyway? What law?
165 of the Road Traffic Act.
165.
And I'm going to
163.
163, and then I'm asking you to produce your license insurance, please.
I haven't got it on me, mate.
Okay, what identification have you got, please?
I haven't. Oh, I might have my licence actually. That's under 165.
That's for your license, yeah.
Yeah.
And insurance.
I haven't got my
164 is
insurance.
164 is your license, 165.
164 stopping.
163 is for stopping.
Yeah. I've got it in back at car here anyway.
Are you out doing much?
Yeah, plenty, look. There you are.
Thank you.
I was supposed to go to Manchester today to have a word with this inspector,
Oh, was you?
find out why he's put a marker on my vehicle.
I'm just curious how long you've had the vehicle.
I told him yesterday, check up with police
Well, I'm
yesterday.
asking you, I'm just trying to...
No, just
establish.
check up with police yesterday,
I can't,
please.
'cause I don't know who that was.
Yeah, don't you?
No.
Well, they'll have it on.
It doesn't tell me who stopped you yesterday.
It does, because he put his name through.
Right, it doesn't tell me now. Yes, somebody can go
Well,
look, but
well
it doesn't tell me
just
now.
check on your radio.
It doesn't work like that.
These officers seem to have plenty of time on their hands. The man buried nose deep in his phone, searching for something as if it were the most important mission of his life. All the man wanted was to get his driver's license back and move on with his day, but the cops weren't having it. Instead, they got really curious about why he was filming and whether he had a YouTube channel. The man admitted that he did, but didn't give them the channel name just to see how they'd react. Sure enough, the cops got frustrated and tried to justify their curiosity. The male officer even accused the man of holding up his work, though it wasn't clear what he was busy with on his phone or why it was taking him forever to hand back the driver's license. At one point, the officer started checking around the man's car, probably hoping to find something wrong to pin on him. But luckily for the man, there was nothing to find.
We don't have a record like that where we can look.
You have a log?
It ain't that easy, to be honest.
You have a log. You have a log. It was 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
We often don't, like, we haven't got a log put on now for this mate, because we just stopped speaking here, so don't run on.
So guys, this is the second time in 2 days I've been stopped by Muppets. So let's have a see what's what.
Are you a vlogger or something then?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Where can we find it then?
Have a fucking guess. It's on YouTube, isn't it?
What's your channel name?
It don't matter. I don't have to give you that.
Oh, I'm just curious.
I don't have to give you that.
If you want entertainment, I'm just wondering.
I don't have to give you that,
Okay.
sir.
No, you don't have to.
This man that stopped me yesterday said, every time you get seen, you will be stopped.
Alright.
Right? So, once again, I'm stopped again.
Only 1 sec. I'm just looking at your ribbon number.
You can have a look at the ring number, mate. It's all insured, it's all tapped, MOT'd, new tyres, brakes, everything's done. Service regular.
Good. You look after your car.
I do.
Not had
Just
it
get
long.
on with your job,
Alright,
mate.
I won't be helping
Just
you then.
get
Okay.
on with your job.
Alright, I won't try and help you out.
I don't want your help. I don't need your help.
Alright.
I want to dismiss you once you give me my licence back.
You're delaying me now.
Right.
Still, the officer wasn't ready to let the man go and even walked over to the police car with his driver's license. Meanwhile, the man stayed back with the female officer and asked for her name and badge number. She simply told him to read it off her uniform. When the man said he couldn't read to test her reaction, she stuck to her guns and refused to say her badge number out loud. It's situations like these that make you hope these rude cops get reprimanded, because no one wants police officers who act like this to watch over them.
I'll be going to Manchester tomorrow to have it taken off, or find out why it's being put on.
What are we saying though, mate? Is if you want to do with you, we'll try help you. If the stop's nothing to do with yourself and it's, you know, from a previous keeper or someone else.
It's not.
Alright, okay. Fair
It's
enough.
not. If he checks up, you know when I bought the car, because that policeman told me yesterday when I bought the car. So you know already. It's just getting a joke, but that's 2 in 2 days now. We'll be. Where are you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah. Are you from Ellen Road?
No.
Which can I have your
I'm from Steinbeck today.
Steinbeck? Can I have your number, please?
Yes,
You'll have to say it, love, because it won't zoom in on it.
you can read it, mate. You can read it
I
out.
might not be able to read, love. You've got to give me if I ask you it.
And it is present there. It's recording it.
Yes, but you've got to say it if I ask you.
We don't have to say it. That's why they're presented.
Yeah, right.
They're presented so you.
Right. Well, can I get a?
Of course, you can. But mate, just space for the
yeah.
COVID. All right.
Yeah.
You can get my colleagues when he gets out of the car.
Have you got a car yourself?
Yes, I have.
You know when you bought yours?
Do I know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long you had it?
A couple of years now.
Couple of years.
Why are you interested?
Just wondered.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you later.
Right, enjoy.
That's a bit rude, isn't it? After you'd stopped me.
What's that?
Just
Thank you very
see
much.
you later.
Yeah. Thanks for your time.
See you later. What about? Well, we've conducted his inquiries, and can I have your collar number as well, please?
8008.
8008.
Yeah.
And where are you from today, sir?
Pudsey Police Station.
Pudsey Police Station. So you're from Steinbeck,
Yeah.
you're from Pudsey.
We'll let you go on your way. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
you're a very rude little man.
Enjoy your
Little
evening.
man syndrome. Eh?
So here's a story about a police officer who was pretty shocked to see a couple of freelance journalists filming at the station because, according to him, no one had ever filmed there before. When he asked one of the journalists for his name, the journalist just said he was a good citizen. This really irked the officer because the journalist wasn't giving his actual name and was kind of making a joke out of all of it. Well, that's what happens when you don't respect constitutional laws. Why do cops always expect people to just hand over their info whenever they ask? If they don't uphold constitutional rights, they can't expect citizens to respect their requests just like that. The officer was new to seeing anyone film at the police station, so the journalist took a moment to educate him that everyone has the right to freedom of press, and in public spaces of government buildings, they can record just like they would in a park.
And do a little filming. Awesome. Doing good today? How you pronounce your name, sir?
Stanton.
Stanton? Okay. I'm bad with names, man.
What's your name?
Good citizen.
Good citizen?
Yeah, you can just call me good citizen.
Appreciate it. Like that.
Nah. I mean,
what are you guys doing?
Just whatever we can see in the public areas. That's all. Yeah, we're not here to harm nobody or.
Well, I didn't think
got no ill will.
No ill intent.
No
mean you've ever done this before.
Well, yep. That's what we do, man. We go around to different counties and film government officials. You know, a lot of people from out of state don't know what it looks like down here in the country. What a police station, nice police station.
Sure.
You know, I mean, they California, New York, and all them. You know, so a lot of people interested in such stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
You guys have ID?
Yeah, I do, but you're not getting it.
No. Why?
I ain't committed no crime.
Well, you are acting suspicious.
No crime. Suspicion is not a crime.
The officer wasn't happy with the journalist's response and labeled him as suspicious, insisting that he needed to identify himself. But the journalist kept his cool and once again introduced himself as a good citizen. This just frustrated the officer more because the journalist wasn't following his demands, which, by the way, weren't even backed by the law. Sure, the officer can ask for an ID, but the journalist also has the right to refuse. It seems like the officer was mainly annoyed because he realized his lack of knowledge might be exposed all over the internet thanks to this journalist's filming.
Well, it warrants me to ask you who you are.
Good citizen, man. That's all you get. We ain't broke no laws or nothing. We're not here to harm nobody.
You haven't.
Okay.
But we don't know who you are. Just because you're a nice person, other people that aren't nice will be coming in and doing the same thing. That's why we're here asking.
Well, I mean,
what is the statute that requires us to give an ID?
What's that?
What is the statute that requires us to give an ID?
Well, if you're acting suspicious, I had.
Suspicious?
If it was suspicious, I'm allowed to.
There should be a statute that
I'm sure
covers
there
that.
is. There is. Now we can discuss that.
Well, this cannot be deemed suspicious. Just taking pictures is not suspicious.
Well,
to you, it might be,
if
but
it happens every day, it wouldn't be suspicious. But at least you're the first person.
it probably won't be the last time, though. You know what I mean? I'm sure, and I hope whoever else comes in here to film your nice building don't get harassed. You know what I mean? That's all.
Are we harassing you?
You asked for ID and had no warranted reason why.
Well, I do have a reason why I asked you.
But that's fine, but I decline.
Imagine calling the cops for help and instead they try to arrest you. Sounds wild, right? But that's exactly what happened to this guy. The moment the police arrived, they were all about showing who's boss. One officer ordered him off the street and sidewalk as if he owned the public space. When the guy didn't budge, the officer threatened to arrest him for trespassing. How can someone trespass in a public place anyway? Can anyone please explain that? The guy was confused. He called for help dealing with a woman harassing him, not to get ordered around and threatened by the police. Then the officer accused him of interfering with his investigation and causing a disturbance even though the guy was neither loud nor threatening. Just a messed up situation where a guy needed help and instead he got hassled.
My supervisor.
Then you get him on the phone, get somebody who's in charge. And you're giving me a lawful order to leave.
I'm giving you a lawful order to leave and go to your house.
Why do I need to leave?
Because you're on a public street.
That's right.
Causing a disturbance at this point.
I'm not you. We called you for assistance. I'm not calling a public.
And go home, sir.
You have to give me a lawful order.
I'm giving it to you.
Trespass me then. Trespass me and I'll leave.
I will.
Okay.
It will come in the mail.
Okay, so when it comes, I will not be in this spot then. But right now,
go home.
I'm not going home until you do something with this woman for assaulting me.
She's going to be dealt with.
I want I want your supervisor.
Not to do it again.
I want your
supervisor. It's freaking crazy. You know, the county said.
Karuna, don't escalate it, Karuna.
The county said if they touch her with cats again, they're putting her back in a home.
Go home.
She's been in a home before because of these cats, and they're going to put her back. I'll call the county.
You need to go home. You need to leave as well.
I'm on public property and I'm not causing a disturbance. I've not screamed, I've not yelled, I've not used profanity. You give me a lawful order and I'll leave.
I'm giving you the lawful order about the 5th time now to leave.
It's not a lawful order.
Why isn't it?
Because I'm on public property.
Yeah, and you're on my roadway blocking it, and I get paid to patrol.
You have enough room to get by here.
You need to go home.
Can I have your supervisor, please? I want you to get somebody who's in charge because you're not giving me a lawful order. I'm not going to obey an unlawful order. You cannot order me to be here or there or anything.
The officer seemed to think that just because he said so, the guy had to listen and leave. Oddly enough, he took the side of the woman who had been giving the guy trouble right from the start without even asking the guy for his side of the story. He just insisted that the guy had to leave. When the guy kept refusing, the officer got mad because he realized he couldn't actually make the guy do anything. So in a move that showed more about his ego than anything, he decided to write the guy a trespassing ticket. It was total BS, but it really showed what kind of person he was. Some cops just don't know when to back down. Have fun in court, piggo.
You can order me off of private property. This is public property. I'm not causing a disturbance. I called for assistance. You're not giving us assistance. You cannot ask me to leave public property. My carriers are on public access. You need to arrest this woman for assaulting me. When you give me a lawful order, when you trespass me, I'll leave. You give me a written trespass and I'll leave.
You need to leave and go home.
For what reason?
Because I told you to. You caused a disturbance. There was a confrontation in this area. You're refusing to leave the area.
She approached to me.
Escalate the situation.
She approached to me.
You need to leave.
She approached to
While
me.
you were trespassing on somebody's
She
property.
approached to me.
You were trespassing on that
Are you going to
property.
get her for trespassing on the property?
You were trespassing.
Are you going to get her
on
for
the property.
trespassing on the
She
property?
might have permission to be on that property.
I might have permission to be on the property.
But
You don't know
You
anything.
don't have permission.
I'm not on the property now. If you want to trespass me now to get off of a public street, fine. I will leave. You trespass me. Give me a written trespass, and I'll leave.
Give me your license.
Give me a written trespass.
Give me your license. I have a written citation.
Give me a...
Give me your license
No.
so I can write your citation.
No. I give you my name. You had my license before.
Okay, then wait. I'll go write your ticket.
For what?
Trespassing that you're asking for.